Hi everybody, it's Brian for the TechMob.net, and today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the touchpad. So I uploaded about 5 videos covering the touchpad, and most of them received a good bit of hate. So I turned out to be an iPad fanboy. Okay, I'm not going to deny that. To me, the iPad just seems a bit superior to the other products, as the operating system on it is fast, it's very easy to use, and the amount of quality applications there's just way more of those than you'll find on any other sort of app store. So then plus once you jailbreak it, you get so much more functionality that's just way better implemented than those found on other competing operating systems. So to me, I just think that the iPad is a good tablet, and because it's the best selling one out there, it's only right to compare the touchpad to it. And also considering that the touchpad looks very identical to the iPad in terms of button layout and the dimensions, because if I put my iPad directly on top of it, it's pretty much the same exact dimensions as an iPad, which is really weird considering HP got away with it. Now, what I forgot to mention in my little mini review is that this was updated to the latest version of the software, 3.0.2 build 68. Now, even with the latest version, the OS is still very slow. And that's pretty much my primary complaint about the tablet. The tablet itself, design-wise, I'm just not a fan of it because it looks way too much like an iPad. The back is just made of this plastic that just gets all of your fingerprints all over it. As you can see here, unlike the iPad where it's aluminum, there will be fingerprints, but not nearly as many as on the touchpad. And like I said, the design is a lot like an iPad. So you have an HP logo directly in the middle, Apple logo directly in the middle, FCC info right down here. Same on the iPad. Button layout is exactly the same as well. So on the upper right side of the products, you'll see the volume buttons. On the upper right area on the products, you'll have the power button and your headphone jack. I forgot to mention that in my unboxing and overview. And of course, you do have your home buttons down below in the middle, and your front-facing camera directly at the top middle. So it's obvious that HP copied Apple. Okay, there's no denying that. Now, like I said, my main complaints about the operating system is how slow it is. So what I decided to do is I decided to install freeware onto here. So I got some third-party applications installed. I have this one, which lets you overclock your processor. So you can see that Core 1 is running at 192 megahertz currently, but you can see that right when this application loaded, it was at 1.5. So it was overclocked. Now, even with the overclocked settings, it's still considerably slow. So opening the Photos app, okay, we're still sitting here. Okay, it should already be open. An application this simple with this few of images in it should be instant. It's like on the iPad. Here, I'll go to it right now just to show you guys some more stuff. So to make sure that the Photos app is cleared, it's not in the multitasking dock. So you can see how long it took to open that app over here. And on the iPad, bam, it's open. It's so much quicker. Everything that you do on the iPad is quicker than the touchpad. The touchpad is just incredibly slow because of WebOS. And as I said in my previous videos, it's no wonder why HP decided to kill the touchpad. It's because it's slow. And I guess they were just tired of seeing how slow it was compared to everything else. And a little while ago, there was a video on YouTube of Qualcomm, the maker of the processors in these tablets. They were able to get an Android 2.2 Froyo running on a touchpad. And even with that very early build of Android on here, it was still much faster than anything in WebOS. So I do not want to sound like a fanboy, but I am. But it's only because to compare this with another tablet would be to compare this with an iPad and stuff. And overall, the user experience on here is just horrible, okay? There's no denying that. Take an iPad. Okay, give somebody an iPad, give somebody a touchpad. Which one will they prefer? The iPad. It's much faster. It's easier to use. Now, like I also said in my previous video, WebOS has a very nice interface. I do like this. I prefer iOS over this interface, but this still looks pretty good. It's easy to use as well, so you don't have to go online and read a manual on how to use it. It's very simple to do. So I don't know, it just tells you why HP decided to lower the price to get sales and just to stop the whole project on all of this. So the only hope for the touchpad for those who purchased one is to wait for Android. So I know they got Android Froyo running on here, so the only thing that's left is to get Honeycomb working, which will probably take a month. So we'll have to see how well they could get it to run on the touchpad. But I mean, the hardware in here is great. It has a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor with 1 gig of RAM. The CPU is faster than the iPad, not too sure about the graphics, but it also has twice as much RAM as the iPad. So there you go. That's my final rant on the touchpad. I will be keeping this one just in case they do get Honeycomb to run on here. I would definitely like to get my hands on that and install it onto the touchpad just to see how it is and to see if this device is actually worth keeping in the future. So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments area. But that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching. I'm done with touchpad stuff for a while, so I'm going to get back into my usual videos. So that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all very